get back to Emily, Oh. Build supplement. Hotline. Object should be inaccessible for use except for the director. Object is a 1960 era red big light telephone. The rotary dial has been replaced and has a black knob of an unknown purpose. The phone weighs blah blah blah. The object allows the director to communicate with I think it's the board of director. If used by anyone other than the director, the object will cost little. The object is currently bound to the director trench. Background. Object is spontaneously manifested in the director office, placed on the desk. Director Northmore was the first known bureau agent to use it. A battery of tests were run on the object, including blah and blah, but its origin remains unknown. Okay. Butte supplement. According to their testimony, the agent that had been transported from the Butte home to a roadside motel named the Ocean View Motel and Casino and discovered a room key by performing a ritual. See file MOT-01. The key opened a door marked with an inverted black pyramid, which they only learned after a lengthy period of trial and error. After pulling another motel cord found inside this room, they were transported to the oldest house. The disappearance of the home's owner and the other locals of Butte have been attributed to the light switch cord. The Ocean Overview Motel is now known to have many doors and pathway. Since the occurrence, identical light switch cord to the one found in the Butte home have been begun appearing throughout the oldest house. At the time of writing, light cords have been found in the oldest house located in blank and blank sectors. All access the Ocean View Motel, though how exactly this link operates is blank, but initially hypothesis centered on Butte AWE as a blank. Okay, then we have this hotline. What's this?
I can hear the hotline ringing in my dreams, constantly ringing so loud I can't hear the voice I'm straining to understand. Why don't I pick up? It's a secure line of communication with the board. They would tell me what I need to know. Do I fear their answers? Would they have warned me of this threat? I didn't see it coming. The traitor in our midst, a conspiracy plotted right behind me. I can't trust anyone. I must assume all my intel has been manipulated. The hotline is the only channel I can trust. Bind it, control it. The rule and the ritual with objects of power. It can't be tampered with. The lifeline to the astral plane and the board. I must seek guidance. Soon. I'll rest first. I'm so tired. Always tired now. But I must reach the hotline. I think I'm under attack. An attack of dementia, exhaustion. It's a rain cloud making me forget. The hotline. I must reach the hotline.
Okay.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. They have proven themselves. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. So I followed my own orders. Northmore hated my guts for that. But things change when you become director. You suddenly see this dark void for the horror show it truly is, filled with screaming fear we pretend to control. Sand leaks through my fingers. The roses I pruned in the garden back when I still had a family. All dead. Heat escapes my body. My thoughts are scattered. The universe keeps expanding. I can't keep up with it alone. When I forget that, things go wrong. And my team has to pick up the pieces. Damage control. To help me get out of my mess.
Okay, we've seen that. Ocean View Hotel, Coming Storm, the directorship.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino is a familiar friend to me. I stayed in countless motels like it while investigating AWEs across the country, back in my field agent days. Those roadside motels all bleed together like a dream. Same and not the same. Anywhere and nowhere. The Ocean View operates on dream logic, and the light switch cord leaks out to be found in the most unexpected places, and sometimes successfully encouraged to appear and act as a convenient lock to keep out those not trained in dreamscape navigation. Even Bureau veterans can only find one key in the motel. The key that opens the door marked with the inverted black pyramid. The rest, the many other doors, are still mysteries to us. We're all merely guests there. Even the board. Sometimes I need to visit, just to breathe easier for a while. It beats the numb, sterile apartment I spend my nights in, insulated from everything but myself. I guess that's where the whiskey comes in.
Okay, they're explaining the model. The Coming Storm.
Something's coming. The whisper's growing louder. The worst winter storm in Bureau history. A retribution for my sins. Our sins. This threat could destroy the Bureau, everything I've built. Destroy me. A web spun, turning this place against me. I catch glimpses of it in the corner of my eye. It's just out of reach. Elusive. It's clever. A perverse game of hide and seek. Is this part of an attack? Obfuscating the facts. Dimming my eyes. It's hard to tell. I need answers. I haven't heard back from Darling. I fear for my friend, my closest ally. I think we made a terrible mistake all those years ago. That thing he studies is putting us all in danger. It's my duty as director to keep the Bureau safe. It'll be difficult. What's done can't be undone. There's no easy fix. Magical thinking is a requirement for survival. Pain and suffering are mandatory. To change things, you have to break yourself. I don't know if I have the strength. I'm old and weak. I'm afraid. I can see my hands trembling. I'm losing control.
And I think the last but not least, the directorship. Okay. We saw, and I think we need to get back to Emily. Hotline chamber. I think the nearest way is to go through Central Executive. Yeah, I think. Okay. French Bureau funding. To all executive staff, I know there is some concern regarding our operation exceeding the annual budget. So long as we operate within the oldest house, we are secure from scrutiny in any respect. If our budget demands are not exorbitant to the point of drawing attention, then they will be granted by the US Treasury without question. The FBC is just another line of another spreadsheet that some lowly accountant won't even notice. Their eyes will skip over us as if we weren't even there. The nature of the oldest house allows us certain freedom in how we operate. Our being here is no accident. Regards, Zachariah Trench. Why is it just pop now? Doesn't pop before. Can use this clearance. Agent death notification. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Pot, I regret to inform you that your son Graham Potts was killed in active duty this past week. While the details surrounding his death are classified, I am honored to tell you that he died in the service of this country. You can be proud of his courage in the face of danger and his commitment to protecting our nation against her enemy. He will be remembered by his comrade and colleague. I sincerely regret the pain this message will bring you. Take some solace in knowing that his sacrifice helped protect the country he loves so much. His effects will be written to you with all speed. Sincerely, Howard J. Murray. But we take the long way because there's a few things that we can access. This still creep me out though. Utility. Objects of power are unique in their capacity to grant certain individual paranatural abilities. We call these individual para-utilitarians. Okay, the potency of these abilities depends on this word. Using the blank object of power as an example, this word can achieve a true distance of blank, while others only capable of a little as blank. What exactly determine an individual paranatural competence is unknown, but it is largely believed that some blank exists within the body and that, like all muscle, can be exercised. To continue my analysis, I have officially requested access to the Northmore records, considering he is one of the most accomplished this word the Bureau has ever seen. Dr. Darling is still considering this request. Emily Pop again. Done a lot of research. Okay. She's here.
Jesse, did you get the hotline? I mean, how is it out there? The comms, the hiss? Sorry. You made it. I'm glad.
Emily? Let's talk.
Of course.
I got the hotline. I can make out what Trench is saying now.
Incredible. What did he say?
He talked about his management team. People who knew the Bureau's secrets. Your boss, Darling. Tomasi, but he's gone. He's gone. Salvador?
He's the head of security.
And Marshall?
Helen Marshall is head of operations. She's tough, ex-CIA. She took her Rangers and went to the research sector to secure the HRA production. She hasn't come back.
Someone who could help us. The other sectors. How do I get there?
It's impossible because of the internal lockdown. You can perform a directorial override to lift it, but that can only be done in the maintenance sector. Normally, you take the sector elevator down there. It connects all the sectors, but it won't work while the lockdown is in effect.
We already got past one lockdown. Maybe I can find a way.
Jesse, look, with no prep, no training, in this extreme situation, you are doing phenomenally well. And all that and the hiss can't seem to affect you. I mean, I would love to run some tests on you. If you agree, that is. We could find out something that would help us.
Tests? I don't know. She might find out about you. But I wouldn't mind understanding more myself. Okay. If you think it will help.
Great. I'll check the internal documentation for any lockdown bypasses. We need to get these sectors open to locate Darling and Marshall.
And I'll look for a way inside the maintenance sector. The sooner we find one, the sooner I reach this override.
Okay. Unlock board countermeasures are now available in commerce control point. What's all this? Initial impression. Analysis of his threat Part 1 Confidential. Initial encounters with the entity known as the Hiss have revealed various behavioral facts. Notably, the Hiss is able to invade or corrupt control points, alter items, and even humans, radically changing their behavior. Curiously, any person wearing one of the wearable HRA devices that Dr. Darling has been distributing over the past week was not affected by this corruption. The only known exception to this fact is the new director, Jesse Faden, who possesses an inherent immunity to the Hiss. This could indicate that she has already been corrupted, but her behavior is so in contrast to the other Hiss that I have dismissed the theory. My final observation comes from Miss Faden herself. She is able to cleanse material and organism of this Hiss corruption. We tested this ability on a Hiss corrupted entity, but unfortunately the process seems to kill the host. Perhaps the host's physiology becomes reliant on the Hiss. More work to be done. Board countermeasures. like a mini mission?
Do you hear that? Someone's singing. Where's it coming from?
I'll go look.
Yeah.
Hi, Jesse.
Nothing new.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know. These readings are irrelevant. These doubts.
Singing.
Tampering with it somehow.
Sounds like it's coming from the elevator.
Matching frequencies.
Pope wants us to get a field lab set up as soon as possible.
With what? We can't get any equipment from the research sector until the internal lockdown is lifted.
And see what you can find around here. Computers, documents, any measuring devices you can find. Helping Pope is a surefire way to get on Darling's good side.
What's this? Scary. Level 3. Before that, we need to check this control point.
Trench was shot dead. The situation's getting worse.
I saw Trench and Darling arguing a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Damage. I can do this. One left.
Trench was furious.
Shatter has high power stopping power with scatter shot that devastate group enemies at close range. Have this.
You don't think Darling...
Don't be stupid. What would the Bureau's golden child have to gain from killing?
Okay. Kill enemies with a service weapon in shatter mode. Back how far? Progress. Executive incursion. His guard. Pin.
The boss.
Okay.
I heard the Hiss attack the power plant. Brings up a lot of new questions.
Where are we heading?
What about the plant attracted them?
The power plant is largely confidential. No use guessing the Hiss's motives if we don't even know what kind of energy.
What do you mean? It has to be a fusion reactor. There's no other way to create that kind of energy.
What about here? What do we have here? The jukebox. Okay. I see. Not bad, not bad. Ho ho ho. That was awesome. Still cannot get through here. This one was sealed. Okay, this area was clean. Where to find the maintenance? Yo. I think
They
we
say
look
the new
through.
director can launch objects up to 20 feet.
Bullshit. You never record any distance over 5.
Obviously, you never read the P6 data.
Okay, I think we finished all this floor. Almost all. And I think the only way we need to go, the only way we can go to the maintenance sector if we talk to the janitor, the one that was singing. So I think we're gonna stop here, and but I want to know what you guys think about this game so far, how my gameplay, anything that you would like to for me to know.
How come no one's taking charge here?
You didn't hear?
Just comment down below, guys. And if you like the video, the games, the gameplay, give me a like and subscribe, and I see you guys soon. Take care.